Welcome to Just Us Resources LLC presents Minding Your Business. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share so that you do not miss any of the contents that we have just for you. Just Us Resources LLC is a company that offers resume services, formal and informal business writing services. We also support other businesses, entrepreneurs, career-minded individuals through this channel. Our goal is to share information on how other individuals have taken their hopes and dreams off the shelf and decided to mind their own business.
Good evening, everyone. Hello, everyone. This is Tracy Burnett with Just Us Resources, and we're presenting Minding Your Business. And we're going to talk to a businesswoman today by the name of Miss Tonchelle Lucas. Now, Miss Tonchelle Lucas, for many of you who don't know her, she is the CEO, founder of WoManUp, Empowering Women, Girls, Inc. It is a wonderful nonprofit organization that empowers women and girls all over. And I've known Tonchelle for a while, but I can tell you this much because I don't want to get into a lot. She's going to tell us about herself very soon. But Tonchelle just has this vibrant, awesome personality. She empowers, she motivates, and she just gives women and young girls all over a sense of confidence, and she connects. So she's a wonderful person to connect with, but she's going to share with you other things that she does in the community. So without further ado, I just want to say hello and welcome to Minding Your Business, Miss Tonchelle. Thank you so much for being here today. It's great sitting down and talking to you.
Hey, Tracy, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I'm so excited.
Absolutely. And Tonchelle, we have known each other for quite some time, but for our viewers, tell us a little bit about yourself, the woman behind the business.
All right. So, of course, my name is Tonchelle Lucas. I'm 45. I'm an executive assistant for a health community center. I have one son, a grandson. I started my organization, which is WoManUp, Empowering Women and Girls, in 2014. I felt like I needed that change, and I felt like I needed to be that beacon in the community. And what other way to be that beacon in the community and to give back. And that's pretty much my knowledge, and just to give the young girls and women, coming up, or the women my age, just something positive, a positive mindset, and, empowering, motivation. It's good to see people look like you, inspiring the community and just giving back. So that's something I've always wanted to do. So I decided to start my own organization and just, give it a try.
I've seen that empowerment in you, and I've seen that motivation, not from just being a mom, but being in community and watching you work throughout the years. And when you started up that company, one of the things I understood was, I think I can see what made her start the company WoManUp and empowering women and girls. But for you, was there any particular point where you said, this is something that I had to do, this is something that I had to start? Was there any point in your life where you really wanted to launch your business that kind of made you just jump out there on that leap of faith?
Yeah, I lost my mom in 2010, and my mom always gave me that push. And so I kind of wanted to set that example, because she was such a powerful, strong woman. And so, I could never be that woman, but I know what she installed in me. And so what she installed in me was to go out there and get it, and always have your own, and always be that help in the community, not just working, just to make money, just always give back. Because my dad was the same way. He used to give back to the community. My mom always volunteered, and I kind of wanted to follow their lead when it came to that. And so I used to see a lot of different things going on in social media, going on in the world, in our community, and you always see the negative. And so I decided to just give back and try to show that positive side. It's not all the negative, that's going on. We got some positive and strong Black leaders in our community too. And so I wanted to be a part of that change. So.
And you certainly are. And you talk about the values that your parents instilled in you. It sounds like there was a lot of leadership and compassion when it comes to giving into the community that was instilled in you, and that you just continue to move forward with your family's sort of legacy, so to speak, of giving back in such a positive way. So, we're very excited, and as we grow and watch you in various events, and I remember going by the facility on Tuesday evenings and listening in on you, and a couple of times just listening in, and I said, I don't think she knows I'm standing at the door. So, but it was just one of those things. So we saw where you talk about the leadership and the values and the person, your whole personality with that. So it sounds like your company brand and mission for WoManUp was instilled by some of those values that your parents gave you.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's so important, Tracy. It's like I sit back and I think, like, what am I put here for? And so I had to really reevaluate myself. I had to reevaluate the people that was in my life. I had to reevaluate, the energy I was setting off to the community, because, when you are, when you start to change your life, people don't look at you. They look at your past. They don't look at you, your present and going forward, And so I had to prove them wrong. And I also had to prove myself. You get what I'm saying? I had to prove myself wrong as well. And so people will respect you more when you show them who you really are. You get what I'm saying? So yeah. I had to kind of show them, listen, this is something I'm not doing for publicity. This is from the heart. I love helping people. I love giving back. And I don't need that. I don't need that recognition to do it, And so I know I was put here to do it. When God tested me in 2014, I didn't know what I was doing. I was following his lead, though. I was listening to him and I was being obedient. And so when you be obedient, he would definitely show you why he, put that in you. And I feel like that's why I'm shining through now.
Yes. And you talk about that obedience in your walk and your talk. And it's so, so true with everything that we've seen in our community today, in our leadership, and being one of the empowering women, not just in Wilkesville, North Carolina, but the influence that you've given to so many, all over the area. And so that's a great statement. And we're talking about Wilkesville, and just as a sidebar guy, we talk about the things that African Americans seen in 2020, and the goals and the achievement and the businesses that have been started up. You heard Tonchelle talk about she had started her business up years ago, so it's not brand new. But if you need some power and encouragement, this may be a brand new day for you to get involved with WoManUp. So with that said, we're going back to Wilkesville and Tonchelle and looking around in just that area. We've been empowered by leadership from our not just the sheriff, the police department, and the fire department, and our very own mayor. So and with the women that also lead in that area. So you've been one of those strong forces. And as we join together in various community events, it's just such a great honor to be able to share this time with you this afternoon. But for everything that you've seen in recent years, what does it mean, to be a true sisterhood of fellowship, especially in our world today and everything that we see, in 2020? For you, what does that true fellowship and that sisterhood mean? When you talked about a while ago, being that real person, and I relate that to your walk and your talk should align up with who you are. You don't have to change or be somebody for publicity. What you do should come from the heart. But that true sisterhood of fellowship for us today, what does that mean, and how would you present that with WoManUp?
It means so much to me, Tracy. That true sisterhood and just, sometimes, we as leaders, we get discouraged, right? And yeah. So, I really actually didn't know how many people, young, old, looked up to me, right? And so, or look up to me. And so it's like when I get discouraged, it's like I'll get a text or an inbox from people that's going through way worse than me. And at my lowest, I'm willing to give them advice, mentor them and kind of mold them into, you get what I'm saying? Try to encourage them when I'm feeling down. And so I feel like when you're at your lowest and you're able to help someone when they're at their lowest, that's genuine. Yeah. And so that sisterhood, it means a lot to me. It really does. And people really test you when you are trying to do right, and it's like, I have to be obedient. You get what I'm saying? I have to be obedient, and I have to meditate, and I have to be strong for the women and the young girls that's looking up to me. So I look at it like it's not about me. It's about the ones before me and after me. You get what I'm saying? So it's like Absolutely. I'm that role model for them as well. So I look at it, it's like it's a sisterhood for the young, old. You get what I'm saying? The young and the old. So I don't look at it like it's about Tonchelle. It's about the ones that's looking up to me and need that guidance and need that help and need that support, and need for me to be the voice for them. And so that's how it connects with WoManUp, because I am the face of WoManUp. You get what I'm saying? Because I started it and, I'm the CEO and founder. So they look at me first. And so if I'm setting that mark and that being that role model out into the community, then they're going to respect what I'm doing, And so I feel like it's very, very important to have that sisterhood. And I feel like we have that sisterhood. We have women all over the world talking about WoManUp. That means a lot. And it's not just something that we're trying to, we're trying to reach women all over the world, but we're genuine with it. This is something not in front of the scenes. It's actually, we do stuff behind the scenes as well.
Absolutely. That's the humbling experience when it comes to giving back and being a part of that true connection, that true unity. You're not just a person that's trying to be on the forefront, Tonchelle, just trying to have your face out there. You're in the grind and the thick of it. And that's what the amazing thing about sisterhood and being that person that doesn't matter whether they're in the forefront or the background. The unity and the honor and the glory goes when you reach down and pull somebody up. And so many times in our sisterhood, we see individuals where when they're reaching down, they're just looking down and turning their nose and walking away. But we're talking about the true unity when you can reach down, extend your hand out, and lift somebody else up. And that's empowerment. And that's what WoManUp, and that's what I've seen WoManUp do. So that's what I love about that true sisterhood of fellowship in today. We've seen it at various events. We've seen it at the various functions, your annual conferences, events, and what have you. Is there any events or moments for WoManUp that may stand out to you the most? Was there anything where someone had came up to you and you were just like, this is why I'm doing this. This is why I'm giving back. And this is why I'm staying in the thick of it. Even though I'm going through myself, or I might have things going on. This is why I do what I do. Is there any events that may stick out to you?
All of them. Actually, Tracy, like my conferences, it's like every time we have our conferences, it's like you always have those ones that be like, you cannot stop doing this. This is something that because when I do something or when we do something, I put my heart, soul, I want, the way I would want it is the way I give it, so I put my heart and soul in what I do. But my favorite events that I've done are giving back to the homeless or giving back to the community, because they really appreciate it. Like the last event that we did was a Thanksgiving feeding. And I mean, you just have those people coming up, hugging you, thanking you. I mean, appreciating you, saying that this is something that's needed in the community. And just to hear that means a lot. I mean, it's just the appreciation that you get from people that you don't even know, and so that really touched me a lot. Any events that we do, people just think, they let you know and they reassure you that it's needed in the community. That's why I will not stop. I will not stop until God allows me to stop. And so all of the events that I've done are very, I always cry at the end, I really do, because I never imagined in 6 years ago that I would be doing this, that I would be a motivational speaker, mentor, never in my entire life, until God planted in me. And I know, and he has reassured me for a fact that this is something that I'm supposed to be doing, because I do it genuinely. I put my heart and soul in it. So yeah.
Absolutely. I'll tell you. So if anyone is that will be listening right now that will hear that, they can hear that genuine. And I often tell people that when I was younger, my grandmother said that God gives you discernment, to know this and to know that. And even though you might go with what you want to do, He still gave you that discernment. Say, this is right and this is for the good. And so often as women, we go through so much that
Mm-hmm.
actually our tragedies are meant to be triumphs for us so that we
Mm-hmm.
can triumph and help others to prevail. And
Mm-hmm.
that's been a part of a testimony for me as an empowering woman. And then just to, watch this sister around the way, Miss Tonchelle, who does that same empower. It's just so awesome and so freeing for the vision that you have with Woman Up, for everything that you've given back to the community. And we're talking about the 2021. What is it that you expect or that you look forward to with Woman Up in 2021?
My vision for WoManUp, Empowering Women and Girls, is to, of course, we have the annual conference. We're going to do the Brown Skin Girl Conference in early summer, late spring, because we're trying to give the COVID a chance to everybody get the vaccine or whatever. We want everybody to be safe. We
Exactly.
usually have it in February, but I care about the people, so pushing it back is what God wants me to do, and that's I'm gonna be obedient. I'm gonna do just that. I plan on having more feedings. I think I'm gonna do more feedings. I'm not just gonna wait for Thanksgiving and Christmas. I think I want to do it like quarterly, at least
Yeah.
for a year. So summer, spring, fall, winter. I want to do some pop-up shops, and I also want to do it's just a lot, like workshops. I want to do health workshops. I want to do more mentor sessions. I want to do more women coming together, like a dinner, like a diva dinner, like a brunch, like a brunch for young girls and their mothers, like a mother and daughter retreat. So we got a lot of things planned for 2021. And we just want the community to know and be a part of it. We have a website that they could go on and click. They could click on and they could register or register for our newsletter. And so I can give you that, and I could tell
Oh,
them.
sure. Now, I'm going to ask for that website and all your contact information before we end this call. We
Okay.
cannot let you go without you providing something for the people. So whoever clicks on and watch this episode will be able to get that information, because we want them to know not only what they can expect, but how to get in touch with you. But I do want to, before we get to that part, because you were mentioning about events. And one of the things that we had enjoyed in working together was those annual Easter events, and we missed that
Yeah.
2020 this year. So for those of us, knowing Tonchelle for a long time and most of my life, and we have one of the things that these organizations that come together are some of the longest running ones that give back to not just Lane Street, but we don't give up. When it rains, we're at the center. So we're trying to make things happen and giving back to the community. And I love working with individuals such as Tonchelle, because those kids are happy. That may be the only basket they get, the only prize they get. They're just so excited. And we all look at it like it doesn't matter who gets the credit, as long as we're going to put it out there, as long as God gets the glory. So that's
Right.
what it means to us. So when you heard Tonchelle talk about COVID this year, it was tough having to change or cancel events and do it another way. But safety is first, because our area and our community has been so much impacted by COVID in 2020. But looking at this brand new 2021, we're just looking to make things happen. We believe in, we want everybody to be safe, and that's what matters first. So do we want to put 400, 500, 600 people together in March? We don't know about that, because our mind is focused on safety and health. So we just so excited to be a part of her with that. But just back to Woman Up, Tonchelle, and the things that you wanting to do in this 2021 year, just for yourself. You talk about all these events and pop up and the annual conference, but how do you balance that? How do you balance that for your life? And a business and maybe working and being a mom? And how does all that balance on you? I know I get that question all the time, but I'm asking you, how do you balance that?
Tracy, it is easy to me. I've always been told when you're doing something that you love, it's not a job.
Hey, right.
Is what is it, a hobby? So, I mean, I look at it like it's just when I love to do something, I don't look at it as a task. I just look at it as something, my daily thing that I just love to do. So it works for me. I mean, I may be overwhelmed, but at the end of the day, I wake up I dream, eat, sleep, God, and I dream, eat, sleep, WoManUp, because that's my passion. I know it's people out there that needs my help. So I love it. And it's like when I love something, it's like I genuinely do it. And it's like it's just like it's embedded in me. You get if you understand that. So yeah. It's like it's not work to me. It's just it's already balanced, if you understand that.
But you grew up with that, like you said, and when you are embedded with leadership and giving back, so oftentimes in our community, the ones that we do try to help, they don't grow up with those values. They don't grow up with that. They grow up with less. And that's what purpose, of having organizations such as WoManUp to empower individuals. But if you had that leadership and that strength and that determination that was instilled in you, it can make such all the difference. And even though you go through things in your life, you can know that you can continue to give back to someone because you yourself have learned and understood those values. And even if you have rough passes in your life or go through things, we both may have been through things, you still get that when you decide that you don't want to give up and that you are willing to reach past your breaking point, you will find a way not only to, once you empower yourself through that help and through God, eat, sleep, and breathe in Him who we live and have our being, you can give that back to other people. So that's what I like about that. That's what I love about that. And I'm speaking, guys, from, Tonchelle knows this, from a little girl that grew up on a place called Pack House Road. So if you don't know about that, you have not been to Wilson, North Carolina. So, but those are things that bring us now to these awesome women and to Tonchelle just being so awesome, and you and your family and that community pulling together and supporting you behind WoManUp. You are definitely not alone. We are also women that are here to support this organization and just to love on you, because there's nothing like giving back. We have to have, fundraisers and things to keep these organizations going. We know that, but when you can take a moment and you're blessed to be able to give back to help someone else, and you're not looking for anything in return, that's indeed such a blessing, because you're going to get yours, later on or even at that very moment. But what I look forward to and what I love seeing is that's your drive, that's your conviction. So those individuals that you do help, those young ladies that were in your Tuesday session and they were all excited and talking back and forth, it just gave me a thrill to be able to speak and share information with them, but to see how you interact with them. So you have this contact information, you're talking, you're motivating people. Just take the time right now, because I told you I wouldn't hold you long on this episode, but you cannot leave without giving us the information. How can they get in contact with you? Talk about the newsletter. How can what social media platforms are you on? Let us just know how they can continue to support WoManUp. What you have out there?
Okay. So we have a newly launched WoManUp Empowering Women and Girls website. It is www.woman, WOMAN, empowering women and girls.com. And I'm also on Facebook, so you can always look me up. It's Tonchelle Renee. It's TONCHELLE Renee, or you can look up WoManUp Empowering Girls Inc. We have weekly webinars, empowering webinars, where we empower young girls all over the world, and it's just a webinar session. It's the Zoom, just like me and Tracy is on, and it's only 45 minutes, and we talk about everything. It's every Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 6:45. We talk about bullying, we talk about drugs, we talk about rape, we talk about sex trafficking, we talk about mental health, we talk about anything that you can name that we as a society or just we as women go through, we talk about it. It's nothing is off limits. So believe it or not, that one meeting can change a person's life. I've heard it over and over again. Testimonies. I mean, it's just something that I feel like we as women need to do to connect and kind of have a sisterhood. We just do so many things. We have speakers, and so I just feel like it's needed. So you can reach me, like I said, on social media. You can also contact me because, like I said, I'm a motivational speaker and a mentor. So we can have private sessions or group sessions. And my phone number is 252-218-1970. You can call me. Our conversation is confidential. You don't have to worry about any of that. But please reach out if you're going through anything. I know it's the holiday season. I know this COVID has got a lot of people depressed and, just going through just different things. So if you want someone or you need someone to talk to, reach out to me, talk, connect, and we're going to laugh, we're going to cry, and we're just going to get past this. So please feel free to reach out to me.
Absolutely. So you guys heard it from the wonderful Ms. Tonchelle. We're talking about reaching up and reaching out to help individuals, and all her information is available for you on the screen below. You'll be able to see her information, contact her, follow up with her, and be a part and support WoManUp. So you'll have all the information where you could continue to contact Tonchelle. So I am so excited. Thank you, my friend, for offering us some your time this evening. We are so excited. This conversation. Guys, I don't interview people like Tonchelle. We just have a conversation because we know what it is to not only just to WoManUp, but to empower each and every one. So thank you for tuning in to Just Us Resources, minding your business. And you have heard from Tonchelle how she minds WoManUp.